He's so quiet today.
I'm telling you, there's nothing like walking by your TV and hearing a Yoshi tongue eating a Shy Guy and pooping out into an egg. Then you know you're in a Mario game, and it's beautiful.
Well, I mean, yeah, but then again, you just gotta think, if he could turn an egg into anything, could he make an egg of himself?
Good question. Could another Yoshi eat a Yoshi and make an egg?
Even better question though, did you know that ketchup is like the syrup for fries?
It's true, it is. That's true.
Ain't nobody used to give a damn. Yeah, I had to go and make a different plan. Yeah, guess who didn't get included? Even though you made me better, yo, I strictly do it for the fam.
Anyway, guys, enough of possibly my full-blown stoner mind and full check. Welcome back to What Grinds Our Gears, the most unprofessional podcast since Siskel and Ebert's whole sex talk. Oh god, two old men just talking about fucking.
That's gross.
I see a pink Yoshi.
I know. That's how I got the idea for this.
So, little bit of news, guys. Unfortunately, Aaron can't be here. He's sick. Hubs and wife is sick, so it's just a me and Sally episode.
Told us to go on. But we will continue part 2 of Video Game Memories next week when he returns.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. If he's up for it.
Today, though, is an idea Sally had. Iconic video game characters. Honestly, there's a lot you could... Bless you.
Hey.
There is a lot you could do with that, because where do you even start with iconic?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, iconic kind of goes with whatever your fan base is. For most people, iconic would be just like Pac-Man, and then him and drag as Mrs. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, whatever the hell he likes to do when he is all of a sudden just tucking in his balls and dick and putting on a fucking bow. To then just gobble up balls like he does when he's not in drag.
So Pac-Man's a drag queen? Where do you know this?
I thought Pac-Man was gay and a drag queen, but everyone thought it was crazy.
Be a bisexual drag queen.
I would say yes if they didn't try to force one of the ghosts to be a woman. Because I was like, the way he just chomps down balls and eats ghosts.
So true.
My mind is weird. Still though. Or you could do like the most obvious ones of just like Samus Aran from Metroid, but that's because a lot of guys just want to fuck Samus Aran. Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. Again, everyone wants to fuck Lara Croft.
I just remembered like the hype when Samus actually turned out to be female, and all like the fanboys were like, "I just played a whole game as a girl. I'm so disappointed. This sucks." Like,
I kind of wasn't one of those guys who were just like, wait, there was a woman in the whole suit? So you mean to tell me we played a game that risked a lady's life to that degree, and yet we only have minimal violent stuff compared to that in Mortal Kombat, just having your whole spine ripped out?
I know, right?
That is some fucked up shit, Japan.
Right?
She could have died from lava, from dinosaurs that have wings and can talk English.
We weren't allowed to have Mortal Kombat in the house when I was younger because it was too violent, so we got Street Fighter, which was way more tame. And then we got older, we got Mortal Kombat, and I was like, I see why my parents couldn't play this until I got older.
Really? Because I got to play that in the arcades long before I was supposed to be 18.
My brother could play it, but like me and my sister weren't allowed till we got like, I think it was 11 or 12 or something. But we could play like Street Fighter and stuff like that, but we couldn't do.
Oh yes, with the Thigh Master herself, Chun-Li.
Chun-Li is big.
She was Beyonce before Beyonce, as said by certain people in the NFL.
Beyonce before Beyonce.
But, man, what does make iconic? Because, in a way, if you're thinking iconic, you can do that with anything, like, Vampire streamer, what's so iconic? Ballad of the Vampire. That's iconic right there.
Right. You're weird, living in a weird dimension there. When I think iconic, I think of like, when you think of a console, you think of this game. It's like Mario. When you hear Nintendo, you think Mario. Or you think, when you hear PlayStation, you think Crash Bandicoot. So, I mean, that's what I think of when I think of iconic. It's what, if you hear as something, you automatically think of that character.
Fair enough.
Or that game series in particular. Because like, Yoshi's my favorite, but it wouldn't be Mario without Mario. So Mario's the most iconic.
But technically, without Yoshi's Island explaining how Mario came to be, there wouldn't be a Mario.
Very true.
Although I agree with a lot of people, Yoshi should have just left that little bastard on like some sort of like church steps, like, take this fucking baby! I can't deal with this crying all day!
I need to pick up Yoshi's Woolly World again and play it again. I want to play it on stream. Now that I got the Elgato, I can play Yoshi's Woolly World. I'm so excited.
Well, if Sally's this excited, I can't wait to see how she reacts to what I got coming up soon, but that's beside the point. Anywho, I guess in that regard, the only thing I could really say is a really good iconic thing with me is the original Devil May Cry series with Dante, before the DMC bullshit that made me want to punch every single Ninja production person in the face.
So I never play those. Why did it make you want to punch him in the face?
In the original 4 games that explains the whole story of Dante being half human, half demon, it was literally this guy that just wanted to have fun doing what he did, just killing monsters, doing a job, and then getting paid to do said job, while having a sexy array of sidekicks, one technically being a clone of his mom, so it was kind of weird. Another one that was from the prequel game of the 3rd installment, which is the prequel to the 1st game, which explains the stuff for the 2nd game, which has an in-between thing of the 4th game and an anime between the 1st and the 4th game. Very confusing thing, kind of like the Fast and the Furious movies, except more coherent. While DMC Devil May Cry is, oh yeah, what do we know about Dante? He's half demon? Okay, what do we do that's kind of original? How about we make him half angel? David, that's fantastic! You got another promotion, sir, and this basket full of kittens.
Oh my god.
And then they had to make the story just so obnoxious. Like, if the gameplay was solid, it was very solid, with the whole thing of just diminishing Dante's character to be just a one-dimensional character was just so obnoxiously boring. Kind of like how nowadays with the new Mario games, everyone's just like, if he's still Mario, is he's still a plumber? No, he's just a bum.
Mario's a bum.
Like, he may get the coins, but he's kind of a bum. He ain't got no job. He's like Tommy from Martin.
Well, to be fair, I mean, why would a princess hook up with a plumber? I mean, he's clearly gold digging.
Well, because the first girl he was with was in the original Donkey Kong game, and he just suspiciously left her for Peach.
Right.
Who's always in another castle, when in actuality she's probably fucking Bowser, but that's another story for another day.
Maybe she found out that Mario was a gold digger, and so she's like, hey Bowser, you have money, you don't care, let's just do it.
Yeah, let's just have this interspecies sex going on and then just have all the Koopa kids, but then just make it seem like you had them with a regular turtle monster.
I just don't know how they would be hers. Like, even, I know they said they weren't hers, but like, when they look more half-human-ish, then they wouldn't all be like him, so I don't know.
I think it's to discredit theorists. They're just like, it's kind of suspicious that after all these games of kidnapping Peach, that there are like 6 kids in Bowser Jr.
Oh my gosh, wasn't it Super Mario Sunshine where he was like, Peach isn't your mom. I was just trying to replace your mom. And
Yeah, when I was playing that, I was like, pretty sneaky, Nintendo. Pretty sneaky, but I know where Bowser was slipping his turtle penis.
I always thought he was like a dragon. I never thought he was a turtle. When I heard he was a giant turtle, it like shook me to the core.
Yep, he's a turtle dragon thing. So it's like, what are you?
What are you?
We went on that topic for a long time. Anyway.
We did. Another good one is Sonic. That's another iconic one.
Yeah, Sonic, the guy with the most butchered series in all of gaming. It starts off good, progresses nicely, and then the early 2000s happen at its peak with Sonic Heroes, and then it starts to diminish with stuff like Sonic Unleashed, Sonic 06, Sonic Riders 2, Sonic Colors. So much wrong. Or to then finally pick up now with I don't know what, but something.
Right. The fact that Sonic wasn't in Mario Kart was kind of weird to me. Because, like, Sonic was in all, like, the sports games, but he wasn't in Mario Kart. But now they have, like, Link and the Inklings and stuff, but they don't have Sonic in Mario Kart.
Yeah, I don't know. Still, though, kind of makes you wonder how long it takes for the iconic status to sit in, because there are certain stuff now where it's like, oh my god, that's so iconic. Bitch, it's only been 4 years. Bayonetta is not that iconic. Just cause she has her hair as her outfit don't mean shit.
Right. Like, I think it's definitely with age, because, like, when you think of, like, classic video games, like, going back to Mario, but, like, Mario, that's something you think of, because he's been around for so long. So I think there's, like, there has to be, like, a time limit to it for it to be considered.
Then how do you explain the insurgence of all of the big-ass fan art and people calling their iconic characters from the Final Fantasy games when they just only last about a year now?
Oh, I don't consider them iconic. Because, like, I don't, maybe because I never played them, so I didn't really know about Final Fantasy until actually Twitch, because I saw a lot of people play the new one. But I never watched Final Fantasy, so I didn't know. But, like, I never played Sonic either, or Crash Bandicoot as a kid, but I heard the names and I knew who they were, because...
Oh, and Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, Spyro too. Spyro's adorable.
Man, but there are certain game characters that do not deserve to be iconic, in my opinion.
Ooh, like who?
For one, I think Nathan Drake doesn't really deserve his iconic stature, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from Casey about this, because, well, he loves Uncharted, but I'm like...
all he is a male Lara Croft. He's not really any different from her, though. That's the thing.
It's basically if Lara Croft had a sex change, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
To go from a sexy woman to a average-looking man.
Yeah.
That's
so Lara
also a prick.
Has the iconic status for obvious reasons. Like, it was the first time really in an action game, in a game like that, where you played as a female lead and you kicked ass and you weren't being useless. And then they just said, oh, let's make a male version. And they made Uncharted. So, probably some more guys would play the game.
Yeah. And also, I guess I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate saying this, so, okay. Honest to God, I kind of don't think that Link in general deserves the iconic spot, only because of this one thing. That stupid Hyrule timeline makes it seem irrelevant about how Link can be iconic if there are multiple Links.
True.
Like, if that Hyrule timeline made more sense, I'd be like, okay, yeah, but now it's just like, so there's this one that starts with this whole another branch of the timeline that branches into this one, making that one the canon story of this linear story of games, but not counting these linear stories that have their own canonicity that go into a bunch of other stuff that links into this continuity that doesn't really count with this one. And it's just like, will you start making sense, bitch?
Yeah, but also it's not called The Legend of Link, it's Legend of Zelda. So like when I was growing up, I never personally played Zelda as a kid, but I didn't know about Link. I just knew about Zelda because the name of the game. It's just like Mario kind of thing, so.
And then when you finally saw Zelda, it was just like, oh, you're gonna give me the final power and not help me at all, you stupid bitch?
You're useless like every other character in this era?
Great! Great!
That's when my cousin was like, oh, come on over, because they had like a PlayStation, and I played Tomb Raider for the first time. I was like, what? I get to do something? Yeah, the triangle boobs are weird, but I'm gonna let go of the fact that I can shoot things and kick things and climb things.
Lara Croft having the weirdest bra set before Madonna and Katy Perry.
The Madonna.
Vogue.
Vogue. Oh my gosh. I want that to be in Just Dance, so I can just go like this. If I could be a sit-down dance, you just go like this and get points for moving your hands. Like move your head.
Oh my god.
Oh, I need more sit-down songs.
But those are just the two examples for me. Sally, what about you? What two or more characters do you think don't really deserve to be iconic in your opinion?
Try to think here. I agree with Nathan Drake, actually. I hear a lot of praise for him, and I mean, my husband played the Uncharted games. He also played Tomb Raider, and he admits that it's just a male Lara Croft and nothing really exceptional about him. So I have to agree with the Nathan Drake one, and then like we said earlier, it's like the Final Fantasies. I just don't think they're old enough and have any real characters from there be considered that. And like I've tried to get into the story of Final Fantasy, but I've watched gameplay, I cannot get into it. Like I just can't, or it's too long and I get bored. Like a game cannot be too long for me or I lose interest. So those games are just way too long. Like my husband actually borrowed I think it was Final Fantasy 4 or something.
Oh,
it had 4 discs. And I was like, how could anyone just sit there and keep switching the disc out and not lose interest? Like, how? I would just fall asleep. I literally fell asleep watching him play the tutorial. I was just out.
I'm guilty of someone that can do that because I'm more engrossed with how the story is written than the actual game itself.
That's the way to look at it.
I'm weird like that.
But when when one whole disc is basically your tutorial, I'm like, I lose interest really fast. So
Yeah.
So those would be mine.
Oh, I just remembered one more, and it's only because it's too new. I don't get why it's so iconic when it's just fresh off the block. Cuphead.
Wait, Cuphead's considered iconic already?
Like right now, it's like Cuphead, the character, is basically the new insert for Dark Souls, which would be fine, but now it's trying to insert itself as like iconic status for being one of the hardest games that just happened to come out not even a month yet.
I still think Dark Souls beats that out for him.
So I'm just actually sitting here, and a lot of my friends are trying to talk about it like it's already iconic status, but I'm like, it's not even a month yet.
Yeah.
You're playing as a cup and a mug head humanoid that made a deal with the devil. But wanted to see something that stupid, I'd start reading Spider-Man again since he made a deal with the devil.
Really?
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing I'm making a video about in the background. That's,
Yeah, I had no idea what the plot of Cuphead was. All I saw was You're a Cup and had like the 1930s animation, and everyone's like, you like Bendy and the Ink Machine, so I probably really like Cuphead. I'm like, it's nothing like Bendy and the Ink Machine.
No, Bendy has the added bonus of having the sultry Alice the Angel.
Oh, Alice. God. I don't.
But no, Cuphead just has stuff like Betty Boop merged together with Pearl from Steven Universe, or this one bitch in a goddamn cake castle that shoots dessert missiles, and the Nene flower that also is trying to do
flower that Nene.
Like, it just does this the whole time while trying to fight you, and just like, why the fuck you Nene-ing?
Oh, that's the fight I keep seeing. Every time I see someone play that, that's the only one I see is a Nene flower.
And I'm like, why is he Nene-ing?
Second verse, same as the first.
My gosh. Now break your legs.
Or if you're in one of my streams, I break the legs.
That's so true.
Breaking legs, breaking faces, breaking ass bones.
There needs to be a Majima game. That will go down in legend.
I
You
thought
just played Majima.
I thought there was one on the original PS2, but I don't want to buy a PS2.
Well, I mean, like, it should just be a Majima story. Just a whole game about Majima. And that should be it.
Talk to Sega about it.
Iconic, right there. Like, my spirit animal.
I know, you love your Majima girl.
I do. I think we'd enjoy shopping and stalking people and breakdance fighting and...
Zombies and stripper
Or was
pole
it-
dancing and
Exactly.
officer
fun.
in the streets and...
Yeah. Batting cages.